What is going on, everybody? It is LC Muscles here, and we got lots to talk about tonight. And actually, I'm also one very happy man. You want to know why I'm one happy man? Because the Blue Jackets are going home. Bye-bye, Blue Jackets. The Penguins win the series 4-1 after a 5-2 beatdown of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and we are moving on to the next round. Who will he play? I don't know yet because right now the Capitals and the Maple Leafs series is tied at 2 games apiece. It will be a best of 3. This was a good, this was a tough series though. What else is there to really say about the series? It was a hard-fought series. The Penguins looked really good for the most part. They scored a lot. Even when we did lose against the one game in Columbus, which is tough to go into Columbus and win twice in a row because they were one of the better home teams last year, but the Penguins looked impressive. They looked very impressive, especially with Marc-Andre Fleury in goal. Especially tonight, Marc-Andre Fleury had, oh my God, he had a lot of freaking saves tonight. I think he had 50 saves, which is insane. He had an unbelievable game. He had an unbelievable game, which was very awesome. Yeah, he had Marc-Andre Fleury. Yeah, 49 saves. That's still impressive, though. Still extremely impressive. The Penguins looked very strong, especially with Marc-Andre Fleury in net. I'm excited to see what they'll do with Matt Murray coming up. I don't know what's going to happen with Mark. I guess Marc-Andre Fleury's got the starting spot until Coach Mike Sullivan wants to put Murray back in, because right now he looks very good against the Blue Jackets. He had a very good goals allowed average, except for games 3 and 4, because on the road, at home, he's really good. On the road, though, I wouldn't trust him, really. I don't think he does well on the road. He does at home. He looks a lot better at home. He looked a lot better. He looked really good tonight. The Penguins scored 3, 4, 5, 4, and 5. And that's going to be 7, 12, 17. They scored 21 goals in this series compared to Columbus's 6, 13. That's still very impressive. The Penguins looked very strong. We finished the series in 5, and now we get to play the waiting game. We are going to be waiting till the Capitals and the Capitals and the Maple Leafs series ends, as they got they'll probably end their series. They have Tuesday will be their last game probably, so they'll probably end their series on Tuesday. Right now, that's pretty much all I really got to say about the Penguins. The Penguins looked very strong, very happy about them winning. Got to watch some of their goals here. Sidney Crosby was unreal. He had one of the best goals of the year with that shot. Oh, my God, it was an amazing shot. The Penguins looked very strong. Oh, my God, that's a nice goal. That's a nice replay. Just look at that nice backhand shot by Scott Wilson. The Penguins looked very strong. Very happy about the Pittsburgh Penguins winning. Who will they play next? I honestly got to say Toronto, but I honestly don't know really at this point. It's too early to tell. It's going to be tough because game 2, Toronto winning. The road team winning, it's pretty much it's 2-2. They won a game on the road and won a game at home too. So it's really interesting to see how well these teams play. And it'll probably be a very close game. All of them were all 1-goal games. The first 3 games were in overtime. So I say Toronto in 7, but I really don't know. From what I know, though, is I think Pittsburgh is going to completely destroy whoever they play next. Either Toronto or Washington, they're going to completely destroy them. Columbus is one of the best offenses in the league. They have had one of the best scoring leagues. So now it's going to be tough to really say how they're going to rebound from that. And right now, Penguins look very strong. They'll probably be the only game going into 7 series because I think The next game is probably gonna. I think that the Rangers game series will probably end on Saturday, and then tomorrow the Senators will end the Bruins season, which will definitely is going to happen. I have a very good feeling. Oh yeah, the biggest upset of the entire playoffs, the Nashville Predators. I just want to give a big round of applause to Pekka Rinne and the Nashville Predators. Holy crap. Who saw the Nashville Predators completely destroying the Blackhawks in the first round? Who saw that coming? I didn't. I don't think anybody did, except if you're the GM of the Predators, but damn, that's impressive, though. So right now the series is over for the Predators and the Ducks. The Penguins are the only Eastern Conference team to end their series, and probably after tomorrow, probably the Senators will move on as well because they've looked very impressive against the Bruins. Bruins really haven't looked that impressive. Probably the worst performing team in the entire playoffs is probably the Blackhawks getting swept. I think they did worse than Calgary. At least Calgary tried to compete. And they had more than 3 goals in the entire series. It's embarrassing. I was just watching some games today, and I made some money today off of the Canadians and the Sharks. I made $140 tonight, so I'm very happy about that. Previews for the rest of the series. I think the Rangers get it done at home in Game 6. I think that the Toronto-Washington series will go to 7. I think that's the only series going to 7. I think Ottawa's going to end it tomorrow. I think Toronto will win tomorrow. I think that they will get a good shot. Out of the Western Conference series, who's left? There's this one, the Sharks and Edmonton Oilers. That's too early to tell, so I really won't be able to tell. I probably have to pick San Jose, but I don't know, honestly, what's going to happen. It's still really too early in this game to tell because it's a very close series. Because it's it'll probably be another. I could see that going to 6 games, ending in San Jose. But we'll see what happens with this game after tonight. That's pretty much it and then I see Toronto in 7. I see San Jose in 6 or 7. It's gonna be a good. Those are both good series. But yeah, pretty much the playoff field ending. The Penguins are the third team to clinch the second team actually technically to clinch their own to the next round. The Anaheim Ducks and the Predators both swept, which I'm very surprised about. Well, the Ducks, I thought the Flames were going to get at least 1 game, but what can you do? So the Penguins move on. I don't know who they'll be playing yet. I'll be doing a more in-depth video probably, or talk more about the podcast, which will be tomorrow night. If you guys do not know, the podcast tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. I'm probably going to say around 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock Eastern time will be the next podcast, episode number 80. I just don't know exactly 100% what time it will be yet, but yeah, tune into that tomorrow. We got a good show planned. Next up, I want to talk about the Steelers because the Steelers schedule officially came out. The 2017 schedule came out, and yeah, we got a pretty decent schedule, honestly. So I'm going to go over each game in particular and see if we'll win, lose each game. So, starting out, there's some interesting games on here. And how this placed in the schedule is I actually think it's a little odd that we get all the toughest games last except for Houston and Cleveland. But we have a tough second half of the schedule. We have a tough second half. We have a really, really tough second half of the schedule. The first half, really easy, except for 1 game, which I'll get into in a little bit. But let's preview each game, shall we? The Steelers 2017 schedule, let's preview it. Starting out, we go to Cleveland for week number 1. We go to the Browns. It'll be the debut of Myles Garrett if he gets drafted there, which hopefully next week I can do a live reaction video as well with Alexander the Great, hopefully with the NFL draft. So starting out, if the Myles Garrett goes there, it'll be the Steelers and the Browns at Cleveland to start off the season. I think we will win. The Browns, yeah, they're not winning. Even with Myles Garrett and they get a quarterback, I don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think the Steelers will win that. Next up is Minnesota at home. I like this matchup a lot. I think that the Steelers will probably get the win here at home. The Vikings, you don't know what how their defense is going to be. You don't know how their running offense or rush game is going to be without Adrian Peterson there. Yeah, I think the Steelers take it at Pittsburgh. I think they do very well against Minnesota, and at home they do very well against them. So I'm picking the Steelers to win that one. Next up is Chicago, the game I'm hopefully going to, the Chicago Bears and the Steelers. Another NFC North matchup in a row. I like the Steelers in this one. The Bears are just way too inexperienced. Even though it is a trap game, I think we'll still get the win here. I still think we're going to be much more experienced than the Bears, and it'll be in decent weather condition, hopefully in Chicago. So yeah, I think the Steelers will win that. At Baltimore is the next game. I think we'll lose at Baltimore. I think this will be our first loss. I think Baltimore always gets us at Baltimore. They always win there. So I got the Steelers losing the Ravens in Baltimore. Then next week at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars, I got us winning that one. Jacksonville is just too inexperienced to compete with Pittsburgh, even though they provided a close game in Jacksonville. That was in Jacksonville. This is in Pittsburgh. It's going to be a much different environment. I got the Steelers winning this one, so they'll go 4-1. At Kansas City for a big 425 game. That's going to be a very good game. I think this will be a very tough test for the Steelers, but if we could beat them in the playoffs under the loudest crowd one of the loudest crowds in Chiefs history, I think we could beat them in the regular season. Give me the Steelers to win that one. Cincinnati Bengals at home, I think we'll beat them at home for another win, big win. I don't think the Bengals will really be that much of a good team this year, even though playing at Cincinnati is a different story. I just think at home Pittsburgh's got way too much going for them. I think they'll get the win in Pittsburgh. I think Baltimore's our only threat. I don't think Cincinnati is much of a threat this year. Then you got at Detroit Lions, our first primetime game on NBC Sunday Night Football. Check your local listings. It is the Detroit Lions and the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a good game. This is going to be a tough game for sure. We could lose this game. I think we could lose it, but the problem is, though, Detroit does not have the best secondary, and they have a good offense, but not consistent offense. But at home, they really do play well. It's gonna be a very tough game, but I think we can beat them on the road. So give me Pittsburgh to win against Detroit. Going into the bye week, which will be, it is a Week 9 bye week. Yeah, you're right. It is a Week 9. It's a bye week. So we'll have a Week 9 bye. Just we had Week 10 last. No. We had Week 11 last year, so we moved up a little bit. So next up is after the break at Indianapolis Colts. I think we'll win that one. I don't see the Colts really being that good of a team, even with Andrew Luck back. I think the Colts will be down once again. They won't be that good, so I'll give us the win there. Tennessee Titans. This is a trap game at home. The Tennessee Titans will be very good. It'll be a Thursday night game, a very good Thursday night game. So, yeah, I'm excited for this one. This will be a very good game. But I think Pittsburgh at home is just going to be a bit too much for the Tennessee Titans. The Titans are definitely a good team, and they'll definitely be an up-and-coming team for years to come. But I just think at Pittsburgh, though, it's going to be tough to win. So I'll give them the win there. The Green Bay Packers the next week. We got 4 straight primetime games. The first one was Tennessee on Thursday. Then Sunday Night Football, check our local listings against the Green Bay Packers. Oh, boy, this is going to be one of the games of the year. I have a feeling this will be one of the best games of the year. The Packers, Steelers, a couple of days after Thanksgiving. Oh, man, this is going to be a good game. Oh, I honestly don't know who could win this game. This is a very close game. I think we could lose. I think this is another game we'll lose. We could lose, but We've beaten the Packers in the regular season. I think the past 4 or 5 times. I think it's 5 out of 6 in the regular season. I think the last time we lost to the Packers was in 2000 when Brett. I think no, it was 1996. I think it was 1996 or 1997 we lost to the Packers. That was the last time we lost in the regular season. I know we beat them in 2006, beat them in 2009, beat them in 2013. I think we beat them in 2002. Wait, hold on. 2000. Wait, no, we beat them in 2005, and then 2001 we beat them. 2001 we beat them, and then we beat them in 1997. We lost in 1997. So I think I got the Steelers here. It'd be a very close game, but I think the Steelers will get the big win. At Cincinnati on Monday Night Football, the good thing is with the break, the only thing I give the reason the edge to Pittsburgh is you got Thursday game, and then you got a whole bye week before playing the Pack. I mean, pretty much like a huge break before playing the Packers, which can definitely help. And then you got the Colts the week before that, and then the Titans, then the break. So at Cincinnati, I think we might get a loss here. I think this is one of those games I think we might just lose. It would be a tough loss for us, but I think if this is one of the games we had to lose, this is probably one of the games we had to lose after playing such a hard-fought game against Green Bay. I think we might let our foot off the gas a little bit and have Cincinnati might just get a good win on Monday Night Football against us. So I think we'll lose that one. Then home against the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday Night Football. Once again, I think the Steelers will get the big win. They got the win last time against the Ravens. I think they could do it again. And I think that would clinch the AFC North for us. We would beat the Browns, Bengals. We'd be 2-2. We'd be 2-2. Wait, no, we do 3-2 if we beat the Ravens. So, and then we'll be 4-2 because we'll beat the Browns. But yeah, I think we could beat the Ravens. The Patriots, I think we have a chance to lose this one. If we do lose it, I wouldn't be surprised. But let's just say here, I think we will lose, unfortunately, to the Patriots. But I think we'll still get the higher seed in the end. So I think the Patriots have a much tougher schedule this year, and I think they'll go probably 11-5 or 10-6. But I think the Steelers will have the higher overall seed, even though if they lose to New England, it's a game they could afford to lose. Then at Houston, Christmas Day, I think we'll win that one, clinch the number 1 seed, and then the Browns will beat the Browns. So yeah, I think we can go 13-3. Honestly, I think the schedule is a 13-3 schedule. Have some tough games against Baltimore, and we'll probably lose a couple tough games. Probably New England will be a tough game, but if we get them again in New England in the playoffs, I think we'll be much better. But it'd be tough in the regular season to beat them. But I could see the Pittsburgh Steelers beating them. But conservative estimate, 13-3. I think the Steelers will go 13-3. Yeah, number 1 seed in the AFC next year. Games I want to go to the Bears-Steelers game in Chicago. I want to go to that one. That'd be an awesome game to go to. Not too expensive with the flight either. Flight's not too expensive. Hotel's probably not too expensive either. So yeah, that's pretty much really going to do it for this video. There really isn't too much I want to talk about else other than you got the Penguins going on. You got the Blackhawks, my pick for the Western Conference champs, going down, which probably made people lose a lot of money. If you bet on the Predators, oh my God, you must have made a lot of money. But who do I think could win the Western Conference now that Chicago lost? Hell if I know. Shit. It's a tough one. You got oh yeah, I also forgot the St. Louis Blues in the Wild series. That's another series. I think they're playing tomorrow. I think they're playing either tomorrow. I think they play tomorrow. That's another series. Because that's a 3-1 series. I don't know how that will. St. Louis will probably win that one. So it'll probably be St. Louis and Nashville, and then it'll be, I think, San Jose and Anaheim. And then I think San Jose. I think it could be a rematch, but I wouldn't be surprised if St. Louis or Nashville can go to the Stanley Cup Finals, and that would be tough playing against Pekka Rinne. That'd be pretty tough. But anyway, though, that's really going to do it. Really not much else to talk about. That being said, see you guys tomorrow night for the Pain Game Podcast, episode number 80. And until then, see you later. Stay awesome. Have a great night. And go Penguins and go Steelers.